Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our podcast here on the English Globe. I hope you all are doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world. If this is your first time listening, I want to say a big thank you for joining us today. And if you've been with us before, welcome back. We're so happy to have you here again. Before we begin, I would like to remind you to please like this video, leave us a comment below, and subscribe to our channel, The English Globe. Your support means so much to us, and it helps us continue creating more helpful, fun, and educational content just for you. Also, if you enjoy this episode or learn something new, please don't forget to share it with your friends, classmates, or anyone who is also trying to improve their English. Sharing is caring, and it helps our little learning community grow bigger every day. Now let's talk about something really powerful and important: how you can start your day right and set yourself up for success with simple morning habits. That's right. Today, we're going to talk all about morning routines, why they matter, and how they can help you not only improve your daily life, but also make your English learning more effective. Morning time is a fresh beginning. It's a chance to take control of your day, your goals, and your energy. Whether you're a student, a worker, or someone who just wants to feel more confident and organized, this episode is for you. And as always, I'm not alone here. With me today is my amazing co-host and friend, Julia. She's full of great ideas, positive energy, and she loves helping English learners become their best selves. So let's welcome her now.
Hello, Adam. And hello to all our lovely listeners. It's always such a pleasure to be here with you, and I'm really excited about today's topic. Morning routines are something I personally love talking about because they have made a big difference in my life. I believe that when we start our day with purpose, everything else becomes easier and more enjoyable, including learning English. So, if you've ever felt tired in the morning or unsure how to begin your day, don't worry. We're going to break it down step by step in a very easy and friendly way.
That's right, Julia. And since many of our listeners are beginner students, we're going to keep everything simple and clear, using everyday vocabulary and expressions that you can understand and use in your own life. We'll also repeat key phrases, speak slowly, and give examples so you can practice with us. So, are you ready to wake up and win? Because I sure am. Let's get into it and start exploring the habits that can make your mornings and your whole life more successful.
Let's go. This is going to be fun, useful, and full of positive energy. Grab your notebook, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode.
All right, now that we're all settled in, let's start by talking about a very important question. What exactly is a morning routine? A morning routine is simply a set of activities or actions that you do every morning after you wake up. These activities are usually done in the same order, and they help you begin your day in a good, calm, and organized way. Instead of waking up late, feeling tired, or starting the day in a rush, a morning routine gives you structure and helps you feel more in control of your time and your energy. It's like giving yourself a small plan for the first part of the day. And trust me, when you follow it, you feel much more confident and prepared for anything that comes later. A good morning routine doesn't need to be long or complicated. It's not about doing too many things at once or trying to be perfect. It's about doing a few simple, helpful actions that prepare your mind and body for a successful day. For example, many people like to start their morning by waking up early, which gives them more quiet time and less stress. When you wake up early, you don't have to rush. You can move slowly, take care of your body, and think clearly about what you want to do. It's a peaceful time when your brain is fresh and your heart is calm.
Yes, that's so true, Adam. And I also want to add that a morning routine can help you feel proud of yourself before the day even begins. For example, let's say you wake up early and then you make your bed right away. This may sound like a small thing, but it actually gives you your first success of the day. Making your bed is easy, but it tells your brain, I am organized. I can finish what I start. And when you finish one small task, your brain wants to finish another. This is how success begins, not with big things, but with small actions done again and again. Another great example is drinking a glass of water after you wake up. Your body has been sleeping for many hours, and during that time, it gets a little dehydrated, which means it doesn't have enough water. Drinking water first thing in the morning helps you wake up, refreshes your body, and gives you more energy. You don't need to drink coffee right away. Sometimes water is exactly what you need to feel better and more focused.
Exactly, Julia. And I love what you said about success beginning with small actions. That's a powerful idea. Many successful people, including famous business leaders, athletes, and writers, all talk about how their morning routines help them stay focused, healthy, and productive. They don't start their day with social media, loud noise, or rushing around. Instead, they take time to center themselves, breathe deeply, and do things that make them stronger. These habits are not just for famous people. They are for all of us. You don't need money or fame to take care of yourself in the morning. You just need a few minutes, a little plan, and the desire to grow. Now let's think about this. If you begin your morning in a strong and positive way, then your whole day is likely to be better. You'll make better decisions, feel less stress, and use your time more wisely. And if you are learning English, like our wonderful listeners here, then starting your day with the right mindset will help you focus more during your study time. Imagine waking up early, drinking water, stretching your body, and then sitting down to listen to English, just like this podcast. That's already a big win.
And it also helps you build consistency. When you do the same helpful things every morning, your brain starts to expect them. After a few days or weeks, it becomes a habit, and you don't have to think so hard about it. You just do it naturally. And good habits create good results. For English learners, this is especially important. If you study for 5 or 10 minutes every morning, even something simple like listening to this podcast, reviewing some vocabulary, or writing a short sentence in English, over time, you will see big improvements. The key is to do it every day, little by little. So again, a morning routine is not magic, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be simple, regular, and positive. Some people like to meditate or pray in the morning. Others go for a short walk or listen to relaxing music. Some people write in a journal or read a few pages from a good book. There are many different things you can include in your morning routine, but the most important thing is to start your day with care, intention, and positivity.
Beautifully said, Julia. So, let's quickly review. A morning routine is a group of helpful actions you do every morning to start your day right. It can include things like waking up early, making your bed, drinking water, stretching, reading, writing, and planning your day. These small steps can have a big impact on your mood, energy, and success. And for our English learners listening today, building a simple, strong morning routine can also help you learn faster and feel more confident in your daily life. All right, I think that gives us a good understanding of why morning routines matter so much. In the next part of the episode, we're going to talk about these habits one by one with clear examples and simple English that you can use every day.
Yes, stay with us, because this is the part where you'll get real, practical ideas that you can start using tomorrow morning. Let's do it together.
Let's begin with one of the most powerful and life-changing habits you can add to your morning routine, and that is waking up early. This habit simply means getting out of bed before the rest of the world starts moving, usually around 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, so that you have a quiet, peaceful, and calm space to begin your day. Waking up early gives you more time to focus on yourself, to do things slowly, and to feel prepared for whatever challenges or goals you have ahead. Example: when I wake up at 6 a.m., I have enough time to enjoy my morning routine, eat breakfast, read something educational, and start my day feeling calm and focused without rushing or stress. Practice sentence: I try to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning so that I can have a peaceful start to my day with time for myself before work or school begins.
The second habit is something that seems very small and simple, but it has a big effect on your mind. and that is making your bed. Making your bed means fixing your blanket, arranging your pillows, and making your bed look neat and tidy after you wake up in the morning. When you do this as your first task of the day, your brain feels a small success, and that feeling helps you stay focused and positive throughout the rest of your day. Example: right after I get up in the morning, I spend 1 or 2 minutes making my bed neatly, and that small action makes me feel organized, clean, and ready to begin the day. Practice sentence: I always make my bed in the morning because it helps me feel responsible and ready to do more things with a clear and focused mind.
Our third habit is one that is very important for your body and brain, and that is drinking water first thing in the morning. After you sleep for many hours during the night, your body becomes dehydrated, which means it needs water to function well. Drinking 1 or 2 glasses of water as soon as you wake up helps your brain become more alert, helps your body feel refreshed, and gives you energy to begin your morning activities. Example: every night, I keep a bottle of clean water next to my bed so that when I wake up, I can drink it right away and feel fresh, awake, and ready to start the day with energy. Practice sentence: I drink 1 full glass of water every morning because I know it is good for my health and helps me feel more awake and focused.
The next habit is to move your body with some gentle stretching or light exercise, which is an excellent way to wake up your muscles, improve your mood, and make your body feel alive and active in the morning. Stretching can be simple, like lifting your arms over your head, touching your toes, or turning your neck gently from side to side, while exercise can include walking, doing yoga, or even dancing to your favorite song for a few minutes. Example: every morning, before I start my work, I stretch my arms and legs, and then I do 5 minutes of simple movement, like walking in place or jumping, to feel more energetic and focused. Practice sentence: I like to stretch my body every morning because it makes me feel strong, happy, and ready to face the day with confidence.
Another great habit to include in your morning routine is taking a shower, which means washing your body with water to remove sleepiness, feel fresh and clean, and wake up your senses. Whether you choose a warm shower or a cold one, it helps improve your mood, refresh your skin, and make you feel more confident to begin your daily tasks, especially when you need to interact with other people. Example: after I finish my stretches and drink water, I take a quick shower with warm water, which helps me feel more alive, more focused, and ready to get dressed and go out. Practice sentence: I always take a shower in the morning because it helps me feel clean, fresh, and ready to start the day in a good mood.
Now let's talk about eating a healthy breakfast, which is one of the most important things you can do for your body and brain every morning. A good breakfast gives your body the fuel it needs to think clearly, concentrate, and have enough energy for learning, working, and staying focused all day long. You can eat foods like eggs, fruits, oats, yogurt, or whole grain toast, and it's best to avoid too much sugar or processed food. Example: in the morning, I usually eat a bowl of oatmeal with some fruit and nuts, and sometimes I drink a smoothie made with milk and bananas to keep me full and energetic. Practice sentence: I eat a healthy breakfast every day so that I can feel strong, stay focused, and learn better throughout the day.
Writing your goals or creating a to-do list is another powerful morning habit that helps you stay focused, clear, and productive during the day. When you write down your top 3 goals or tasks for the day, your brain becomes more organized and you are more likely to complete them with success. It's a simple way to take control of your time and use it in the best way possible. Example: every morning after breakfast, I sit down with a notebook and write 3 things I want to do today, like study English, go for a walk, and finish a work project. Practice sentence: I write my goals every morning because it helps me stay focused, organized, and ready to do the things that are important for my growth.
Reading something positive or educational is a morning habit that helps feed your mind with good thoughts and new knowledge. You can read a book, an inspiring quote, a short article, or even a few English words or sentences. And this small activity makes a big difference in how you think and feel during the day. When you read in the morning, you train your brain to think clearly, learn better, and stay positive. Example, I read one page from an English book every morning because it helps me grow my vocabulary and start my day with motivation and learning. Practice sentence. I like to read something helpful and educational in the morning to improve my English and feel inspired.
One of the best habits you can develop is to avoid your phone for the first hour after you wake up. When you check your phone right away, you see messages, news, or social media that can stress your mind or make you feel distracted. Instead of starting your day with stress or comparison, it's better to begin with peace, silence, and time for yourself. Example, I leave my phone in another room when I sleep, so I don't look at it until after I finish my morning routine, which helps me stay focused and calm. Practice sentence. I avoid using my phone in the morning because I want to start my day with peace and focus, not with stress or noise.
And finally, the last habit is to smile and think positive thoughts as soon as you wake up. Smiling, even when you're alone, sends a message to your brain that life is good and you are strong and ready. When you combine a smile with a positive thought, like saying, "Today will be a good day," you build strong energy for the whole day ahead. Example, I look in the mirror every morning, smile at myself, and say something kind like, "I am learning, I am growing, and today is a gift." Practice sentence. I always start my day with a smile and a kind thought because I want to feel happy and confident no matter what happens.
Those were 10 simple but very powerful morning habits that can help you win your day, feel more positive, and stay strong in your English learning journey and in your life.
You don't have to do all 10 at once. Even doing just 2 or 3 of these habits can make a big change in your day, your learning, and your future.
All right, let's jump into some English practice now. This part of the podcast is all about helping you feel more comfortable with the English words and sentences we've been using. As we talked about before, having a morning routine is a great way to set yourself up for success, but it's also a perfect opportunity to practice your English. When you repeat the vocabulary we've introduced, your brain will start to learn and remember the words better, and the more you practice speaking the full sentences, the faster you'll improve your fluency. If you listen and repeat after Julia and me, you'll notice that your confidence in using English every morning will increase, and that's a huge part of the learning process. So, take your time with this. If you need to pause and repeat a few times, don't worry. The important thing is to practice, to say the words and sentences out loud with your own voice, and to feel comfortable while doing it.
Exactly. The goal is to speak in full sentences just like we do in our daily conversations, because that's the best way to learn a language. Instead of only learning a list of words, you're going to learn how to use them naturally in your own life, in real situations. Now, when we talk about these morning habits, we're going to use a lot of simple sentences, but we'll also extend them so you can practice speaking more fluently. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word at first. That's completely normal. Just focus on repeating after us, and you'll gradually get better at understanding and using these words in different situations.
Let's begin with a very important word from our morning routine. Routine. A routine is a set of actions you do regularly at the same time, like brushing your teeth, stretching, or drinking water in the morning. When we say morning routine, we are talking about all the little habits and actions we do every day after we wake up to set ourselves up for a productive, happy day. A good morning routine helps you feel organized and ready to handle whatever comes your way. Here is a long sentence to practice. Building a morning routine that works for you is not only important for feeling good in the morning, but it also helps you feel more focused, more positive, and more ready to tackle your goals as soon as you get out of bed in the morning. Let's try that together. Building a morning routine that works for you is not only important for feeling good in the morning, but it also helps you feel more focused, more positive, and more ready to tackle your goals as soon as you get out of bed in the morning.
Great! Now let's move on to another key word. Wake up. Wake up simply means to stop sleeping and become awake in the morning. But it's also about creating a positive, healthy environment when you first wake up. Instead of feeling rushed or stressed, if you wake up early and start your day slowly, you can build a sense of calm. Let's practice this sentence. When I wake up early in the morning, I feel more calm, relaxed, and ready to take on the challenges of the day ahead. I also have more time to enjoy my breakfast and plan my tasks for the day. Repeat after me. When I wake up early in the morning, I feel more calm, relaxed, and ready to take on the challenges of the day ahead. I also have more time to enjoy my breakfast and plan my tasks for the day.
Excellent. Next, let's talk about stretching. Stretching is something you can do to help your body wake up and feel more awake and flexible in the morning. It helps release tension from your muscles and gets your blood flowing. Stretching can be very simple, like reaching your arms high above your head, bending down to touch your toes, or even stretching your neck side to side. Here's a sentence to practice. Stretching in the morning helps me feel relaxed, improves my blood circulation, and makes me feel like my body is ready to take on any task with energy and strength. Let's repeat that together. Stretching in the morning helps me feel relaxed, improves my blood circulation, and makes me feel like my body is ready to take on any task with energy and strength.
Now that we've stretched our bodies, it's time to talk about one of the most important habits, drinking water. Drinking water in the morning is so important because it helps your body rehydrate after sleeping, and it gives your brain and organs the fuel they need to start the day. Let's say this sentence together. Drinking a glass of water as soon as I wake up helps my body feel more awake, clears my mind, and gives me the energy I need to start my morning routine without feeling tired or slow. Repeat after me. Drinking a glass of water as soon as I wake up helps my body feel more awake, clears my mind, and gives me the energy I need to start my morning routine without feeling tired or slow.
Very good. Now let's talk about another habit, making your bed. Making your bed is one of the easiest things you can do to feel more organized and in control of your day. It's a simple task, but it has a big impact on how you feel mentally. When your bed is neat and tidy, your room looks more organized, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment that sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. Here's a sentence to practice. I always make my bed first thing in the morning because it helps me feel organized and focused, and it makes my room look much cleaner and more comfortable to spend time in. Let's say it together. I always make my bed first thing in the morning because it helps me feel organized and focused, and it makes my room look much cleaner and more comfortable to spend time in.
Fantastic. Now, let's practice a sentence for eating a healthy breakfast. Having a nutritious breakfast is essential because it gives your body the fuel it needs to start the day strong. Whether you prefer something light, like fruit, or something more filling, like eggs. A healthy breakfast gives you energy and helps you stay focused. Repeat this sentence with me. Eating a healthy breakfast every morning, such as oatmeal with fruit or a smoothie, helps me feel full of energy and ready to focus on my work or studies for the rest of the day. Let's practice. Eating a healthy breakfast every morning, such as oatmeal with fruit or a smoothie, helps me feel full of energy and ready to focus on my work or studies for the rest of the day.
Great job. Let's move on to the next habit, writing your goals or a to-do list. Writing down your goals helps you stay organized and focused throughout the day. It's a simple but powerful way to keep track of your tasks and make sure you are moving closer to your goals. Here's a sentence for you to practice. Every morning, I take 5 minutes to write down 3 goals I want to accomplish today, which helps me stay focused, organized, and motivated to complete my tasks with a positive mindset. Let's try it together. Every morning, I take 5 minutes to write down 3 goals I want to accomplish today, which helps me stay focused, organized, and motivated to complete my tasks with a positive mindset.
Let's keep going. Another good habit is reading something positive or educational. Reading in the morning helps you grow your knowledge, set a positive mood, and start the day with a learning mindset. Whether it's a book, an article, or a short quote, reading something inspiring in the morning can set a good tone for the rest of your day. Here's a sentence to practice. I always read a few pages of an inspiring book in the morning because it helps me feel motivated and ready to take on my tasks for the day. Repeat after me. I always read a few pages of an inspiring book in the morning because it helps me feel motivated and ready to take on my tasks for the day.
Now, let's talk about avoiding your phone for the first hour of the day. This might sound strange, but not looking at your phone first thing in the morning is a great way to avoid distractions and start your day with focus and intention. By avoiding social media, messages, or emails in the first hour, you give yourself time to focus on what really matters. Here's a sentence to practice. I avoid checking my phone for at least the first hour after waking up, so that I can start my day with peace and focus, rather than being distracted by emails or social media. Let's repeat that together. I avoid checking my phone for at least the first hour after waking up, so that I can start my day with peace and focus, rather than being distracted by emails or social media. Wow, that was fantastic. We've just practiced so many helpful words and sentences that you can use every day to improve your English and your morning routine. Remember, the more you practice speaking these sentences out loud, the easier it will become to use them naturally in your own life. So keep practicing and keep improving.
Absolutely. You're doing great. Don't forget, your morning habits can make a big difference in how you feel, how you learn, and how you face the day ahead. Keep using the English sentences we practiced today, and before you know it, you'll be speaking more fluently and confidently every day. Keep up the hard work.
All right. Now that we've practiced all the essential morning habits and routines, let's dive into something that can really help you succeed in making your morning routine consistent and effective. If you're new to building routines, you might face some challenges, and that's completely normal. Many beginners face some common mistakes when trying to set up a solid morning routine, and today, Julia and I want to share with you some of those mistakes and offer simple solutions to avoid them. The truth is, no one is perfect, and building habits takes time and effort. But don't let these mistakes discourage you. Instead, take them as opportunities to learn, grow, and refine your routine until it fits your needs perfectly. And remember, the goal is not perfection, it's progress. So, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when trying to build a morning routine and, most importantly, how to avoid them.
That's a great point, Adam. One of the most common mistakes beginners make when starting a morning routine is trying to do too much all at once. They want to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for 30 minutes, stretch for another 30 minutes, drink 2 glasses of water, write down 10 goals, eat a perfect breakfast, read a whole chapter of a book, and then still have time to go for a run before 7 a.m. While having a productive morning is important, trying to do everything in one go can actually lead to burnout and frustration. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you set such big expectations for yourself, and the result can often be that you give up too soon because you feel like you're failing. The key here is to start small and build your routine gradually. Rather than trying to do everything all at once, choose 1 or 2 habits to focus on first. Once you've mastered those, you can slowly add more activities to your morning routine. For example, you could begin by waking up 10 minutes earlier every day and drinking a glass of water. Once that becomes a consistent habit, add something simple like stretching for 5 minutes. Over time, you'll be able to incorporate more habits without feeling overwhelmed.
That's exactly right, Julia. Starting small is so important. Another common mistake that beginners make is expecting instant results. They might try a morning routine for just a few days and think that they should immediately feel more productive, energetic, or successful. But in reality, building a new habit takes time. Research shows that it can take anywhere from 21 to 66 days to form a habit, and sometimes even longer. So if you try a new morning routine for just a few days and you don't see huge changes in your energy or productivity, don't get discouraged. The key is to stay consistent. Even if you don't feel like you're getting the results right away, just keep doing your routine every morning. Over time, you will start to see the positive changes, but they may be gradual. Think of it as planting a seed in the ground. You won't see the plant grow immediately, but with consistent care and attention, that seed will eventually turn into a strong, healthy plant. The same goes for your morning routine. Be patient with yourself and trust that the consistency will pay off in the long run.
Yes, Adam, patience is key. Another mistake that many beginners make is neglecting to track their progress. When we're starting a new habit, it can be easy to forget how far we've come. We may focus too much on what we haven't done yet, instead of celebrating the small wins along the way. Tracking your progress, however, can help you stay motivated and see just how much you've accomplished. This doesn't mean you need to write down every single detail of your morning routine, but even something simple like checking off tasks on a to-do list or using a habit tracker app can help you stay on track. It's also a great way to remind yourself that you are making progress, even on the days when it feels like you're not. For example, if you commit to waking up early for a week and you've managed to do it every day, give yourself a small reward. Celebrate that win because it's an important achievement and it's something you should be proud of. Small rewards like this keep you motivated and help build positive reinforcement into your routine.
Absolutely. Tracking your progress not only keeps you motivated, but it also gives you a clear sense of accomplishment. Now, there's another mistake that a lot of beginners make, and that's not being flexible with their routine. Let's say you've created a perfect morning routine. Everything is planned, and you're excited to follow it every day. But then, life happens. You wake up late, you feel tired, or something unexpected comes up. It's easy to get frustrated and think that you've ruined your whole routine for the day. However, being too rigid with your routine can actually cause unnecessary stress and make it harder to stick to in the long term. It's important to be flexible and adjust your routine when necessary. If you wake up late one morning, maybe you only have time for a quick stretch and a glass of water. That's okay. Don't stress over missing a few steps. The goal is not perfection, it's consistency. If you miss part of your routine, just pick it back up the next day. And remember, it's not about being perfect every day. It's about staying consistent over time.
I love that, Adam. Flexibility is so important. Another mistake beginners make is not giving themselves enough time in the morning. Many people underestimate how long their morning routine will actually take, and they end up rushing through everything because they're in a hurry to get to work or school. This can lead to stress, frustration, and even skipping some important steps in the morning. For example, if you want to make your bed, drink water, stretch, and eat a healthy breakfast, but you only have 15 minutes, you might feel stressed trying to squeeze everything in. To avoid this, it's essential to plan your morning routine according to the time you have available. Start by giving yourself enough time to complete each habit at a comfortable pace. You might need to wake up 30 minutes earlier or adjust your habits so that they fit into the time you have. Once you've figured out how much time you need for each activity, try to stick to your schedule. Planning ahead will help you avoid feeling rushed and stressed, and it will also allow you to enjoy your morning routine more.
That's such a great point, Julia. Giving yourself enough time to do your routine is crucial. And I think another big mistake that beginners make is being too hard on themselves when they slip up. Let's be honest, nobody is perfect, and there will be days when you forget to wake up early, when you skip a workout, or when you're too busy to make your bed. It's easy to get upset with yourself and think that you've ruined everything. But here's the truth. One mistake or one off day does not mean that you've failed. It just means that you're human. The key is to not let a small mistake stop you from getting back on track. When you make a mistake, forgive yourself and just keep moving forward. Remember, building habits is about making progress over time, not achieving perfection. So, if you miss a step, don't give up. Just pick yourself up and try again tomorrow.
Exactly. And lastly, let me share something that has really helped me stay consistent with my own morning routine. It's something that might seem obvious, but it's incredibly powerful. Having a clear why for your routine. When you have a strong reason for why you want to wake up early, make your bed, stretch, or do anything else in your morning routine. It gives you the motivation to stick with it, even on the days when you don't feel like doing it. For me, my why is feeling more energized, productive, and ready to face the day with a positive attitude. When I remind myself of that why, it makes it easier to get out of bed, even when I'm tired. So, take a moment to think about why you want to start a morning routine. Maybe you want to be more productive, more focused, or just feel better in the mornings. Whatever your why is, hold on to it and use it to stay motivated.
Well said, Julia. Your why is the key to maintaining your routine, especially on tough days. And with that, I think we've covered a lot of helpful tips for making your morning routine a success and avoiding common mistakes. It's all about starting small, staying consistent, being flexible, and most importantly, being kind to yourself when things don't go perfectly. If you can keep these tips in mind and stay committed to your morning habits, you'll soon find that your routine becomes an essential part of your success.
Absolutely. So, to wrap it up, don't be discouraged by mistakes. Don't try to do everything at once, and always remind yourself of the positive changes your morning routine can bring. Consistency is the key, and with time, your morning routine will become second nature. Keep practicing, keep improving, and remember, success starts with a great morning.
Okay, so now that we've discussed all these wonderful morning habits and routines that can help set you up for success, let's talk about something really important: how to build a morning routine that fits your life. The key to sticking with your morning routine for the long term is making sure it works for you. Not everyone has the same morning schedule or goals, so it's essential to adjust your routine to fit your unique lifestyle and needs. If you try to adopt someone else's morning routine without considering how it aligns with your own life, you might struggle to maintain it. Your routine should be personalized so that it feels natural and easy to incorporate into your day. Today, we're going to explore how you can build a morning routine that is both effective and tailored to you, ensuring that it becomes a positive, sustainable part of your life.
Absolutely, Adam. The first thing to keep in mind is that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to a morning routine. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. You should take the time to think about what matters most to you in the morning and then structure your routine around that. Let's say, for example, you're someone who loves to exercise first thing in the morning. In that case, your morning routine might focus heavily on stretching, yoga, or going for a run. On the other hand, if you're not much of a morning exerciser but you value mental clarity and peace, you might want to prioritize habits like meditation, journaling, or reading. The beauty of building a personalized routine is that it's flexible. You can adapt it to your preferences and the things that help you feel most energized and productive.
That's such an important point, Julia. When building a morning routine, it's essential to prioritize your needs. For some people, waking up early might feel like a must-do habit, but for others, it might not be practical or necessary. If you're someone who doesn't consider yourself a morning person, forcing yourself to wake up at 5 a.m. every day might make your routine harder to maintain in the long run. Instead, you could start by waking up just 15 to 30 minutes earlier each day and gradually build up to a time that feels right for you. The idea here is that small, incremental changes are more sustainable than trying to overhaul your whole routine overnight. So, if early mornings aren't your thing, try adjusting the time you wake up so that it aligns with your energy levels and natural rhythm. It's all about finding a balance that works for you.
Exactly, Adam. And let's not forget about how important it is to listen to your body when building a morning routine. Your body will give you cues about when it's time to wake up, what kind of activities it enjoys, and when it feels most energized. If you're building your routine around things like exercise, it's really important to make sure you're doing activities that energize you rather than drain you. For instance, if you love going for a walk in the morning, but you feel exhausted after an intense workout, then a brisk walk might be a better option for you. But if you love getting your blood pumping with a short workout or some yoga, then prioritize that in your morning routine. The key here is to make sure your activities feel right for you and that they leave you feeling rejuvenated and ready to take on the day, rather than fatigued or stressed.
That's such a great reminder, Julia. It's important to make sure your morning routine doesn't add stress to your life. It should be something that enhances your day rather than makes it more complicated. One way to do this is by focusing on simplicity. A simple routine is often more effective than a complicated one, especially in the mornings when you may not have a lot of time or energy. For example, if you're just getting started with a morning routine, you don't have to do everything all at once. You could start with just a few basic habits that you know will set a positive tone for the rest of your day. Maybe it's as simple as drinking water, making your bed, and reading for 5 minutes. Over time, you can build on that simplicity by adding more habits that align with your goals. But remember, the simpler your routine, the more likely you are to stick with it. So don't overcomplicate things from the start.
Exactly, Adam. And another thing to think about when building a morning routine is how much time you can realistically dedicate to it. Some people might have a lot of time in the morning to do a lengthy routine, but for many of us, mornings can be busy with work, school, or family responsibilities. That's why it's so important to tailor your routine based on your available time. If you only have 20 minutes before you have to leave the house, your morning routine should be focused on the most impactful habits, like drinking water, stretching, and having a quick breakfast. If you have a little more time, you could expand your routine to include things like journaling or reading. The point here is to be realistic about your time so that you're not setting yourself up for failure. If you try to commit to a routine that's too long or complicated for your schedule, it can be frustrating and discouraging. So, build a routine that fits comfortably into the time you have available.
That's a really important point, Julia. And let's also talk about how your environment can impact your morning routine. It's not just about the activities you do. It's also about setting up your environment in a way that supports your goals. For example, if you want to wake up early and get a workout in, try laying out your clothes and setting up your workout space the night before. This makes it easier to get started in the morning because you won't be scrambling to find your gear or figure out what to do. Similarly, if reading is part of your routine, you could keep a book or journal on your nightstand or in an easily accessible place. Having your environment prepared can make it much easier to stick to your routine, and it can reduce the mental effort required to get started in the morning.
Absolutely, Adam. Environment plays such a crucial role in how successful your routine can be. Also, keep in mind that your routine might need to evolve over time. What works for you now might not work a few months down the road as your life changes. So, it's important to revisit your routine regularly and see if it still fits your needs and goals. Maybe you get a new job and need to adjust your morning routine to fit a new schedule. Or perhaps you've become more focused on personal growth and want to add more reading or goal setting to your routine. The key is to stay flexible and make adjustments when necessary, rather than feeling stuck with a routine that no longer serves you.
That's a great point, Julia. Life is always changing, and your routine should evolve with it. Ultimately, building a morning routine that fits your life means finding a balance between what's realistic, what's beneficial, and what feels good to you. The more you customize your morning routine to your own life, the more likely you are to stick with it and see positive results. It's not about copying someone else's routine. It's about making the morning work for you in a way that feels sustainable and supportive. So, start simple, make adjustments as needed, and keep your focus on the habits that align with your goals.
Exactly. The goal is to create a morning routine that becomes a natural part of your day, and over time, it will feel like second nature. By making your morning routine fit your lifestyle, you'll have the energy and motivation to make it work long term. And when your routine feels natural and is aligned with your needs, you'll see just how much easier it becomes to wake up and win every day.
Now, before we end today's episode, we want to take a few minutes to speak directly to all of you who are listening, because we know that learning English, building better habits, and changing your daily routine can sometimes feel a little overwhelming, especially when you are just starting out. But we want you to know, from the bottom of our hearts, that you are doing something truly powerful by simply showing up today, listening to this podcast, and choosing to make your life just a little bit better, step by step. Success is not something that happens all at once or overnight. It is not something that appears like magic after one big effort. But instead, it is something that grows slowly and steadily over time, built from small decisions, simple actions, and consistent efforts that you take each and every day.
Yes, exactly, Adam. And dear listener, if there is one thing we want you to remember after today's episode, it is this. You do not need to be perfect to be successful. You only need to be consistent and committed to moving forward, even if your progress feels slow. Every small step you take in the right direction matters more than you think. When you wake up a little earlier, when you make your bed, when you choose to smile in the morning, or speak even one sentence in English out loud, those moments may seem small, but they are shaping your mindset, your discipline, and your future in amazing ways. You might not see the results right away, but if you keep going, you will look back one day and be so proud of how far you've come.
And you know what, Julia? It's okay to have hard days too. It's okay to wake up tired, to miss a habit now and then, or to feel discouraged once in a while. We're all human, and life gets busy. But what matters is not that you are perfect every day. It's that you keep coming back, that you keep trying, and that you keep believing in yourself. Maybe today wasn't your best day, but tomorrow is a brand new chance. Maybe you made a mistake while practicing English. But that mistake was also a lesson, and that lesson makes you better. You are learning, you are growing, and you are getting stronger every single day.
That's such a beautiful message, Adam. And to all our wonderful listeners, please remember this. You have the power to create the life you want, one habit at a time, one morning at a time, and one word of English at a time. Just like building a morning routine, learning English is a journey. And the more you show up, the more confident you will become. If you feel nervous speaking English, speak anyway. If you feel shy, remember that every great speaker was once a beginner. The more you listen, the more you read, the more you practice. Even for just a few minutes a day, the closer you get to your goals.
Yes, and you are not alone on this journey. Julia and I are right here with you, cheering you on. Every time you press play on this podcast, every time you repeat a sentence, every time you decide to keep learning, you're showing the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you are serious about becoming the best version of yourself. And that is something worth celebrating. We believe in you. We believe in your strength, your courage, and your ability to grow into the person you want to be. It starts with simple things, just like making your bed or drinking a glass of water in the morning. But those simple things create momentum, and momentum creates confidence.
And let's not forget, this is not only about morning habits. It's also about building your confidence with English. You are doing two amazing things at once: improving your life and improving your language skills. That's something to feel proud of. When you listen to English every day, when you speak out loud, when you practice even just one new word or phrase, you are creating new pathways in your brain. You are training yourself to think, understand, and speak like a fluent English speaker. And just like morning habits, your English learning will become easier and more natural over time. So keep going, keep practicing, and don't stop believing in your ability.
So let this be your reminder today and every day forward. You are capable of so much more than you think. Even when it feels difficult, even when progress is slow, keep going. Success is not in how fast you move, but in how consistently you show up. One day, you will look back at this moment and say, "That's when I started to change my life. That's when I decided to wake up and win."
We're so proud of you. Keep working on your English. Keep building those small, powerful morning habits. And keep showing up for yourself, because you are worth it. Thank you for spending this time with us today. You are always welcome here at the English Globe. We're here to support you, to guide you, and to remind you that your journey matters.
As we come to the end of this episode, let's take a moment to gently and clearly review everything we talked about today, because we believe that repetition helps you remember better, and we want you to carry this knowledge with you, not just for today, but into your everyday life. So, let's quickly recap the morning habits we shared with you. Habits that are simple but powerful and can truly help you take control of your day and build the kind of life you dream about.
That's right, Adam. So, let's go over the habits again together. First, we talked about waking up early, which gives you more time in the morning to prepare, think clearly, and start your day with peace instead of rushing. Then we discussed the simple but satisfying habit of making your bed, which helps you create order and a sense of success in just a few minutes. After that, we reminded you to drink a glass of water first thing, because your body and brain need hydration after a night of sleep to work properly and help you feel awake and fresh.
We also encouraged you to stretch or do a little exercise, even just for 5 or 10 minutes, because moving your body in the morning wakes up your muscles, increases your energy, and helps your mind focus better for the whole day. Then we talked about the power of taking a refreshing shower, which not only cleanses your body, but also gives you a boost of energy. After that, we talked about the importance of eating a healthy breakfast, not just anything but something that gives you energy, keeps you full, and helps your brain stay sharp, like fruits, eggs, oats, or yogurt.
Then we moved into more mental and emotional habits, like writing your goals or your to-do list, which helps you feel focused and clear about what you need to do that day. That way, you don't feel lost or overwhelmed. We also shared how helpful it is to read something positive or educational in the morning, even for just 5 minutes. A quote, an article, a book, because it sets a positive tone for your thoughts. One of the most powerful tips we gave was to avoid your phone for at least the first hour of the day, because your phone can steal your focus and waste your time. And instead, you want to take that quiet morning time for yourself. And finally, we talked about the wonderful and free habit of smiling and thinking positive thoughts, which changes your mood, builds confidence, and reminds you that you are in control of how your day begins.
Now, dear listener, we want to invite you, yes, you, to take a few minutes today, maybe right after this podcast ends, to write your own personal morning routine. You can use the habits we shared or add your own. You don't need to do all of them at once. You can pick just 3 or 4 to start with. The important thing is to make your own plan, something that fits your life, your goals, and your energy. Maybe you write it on paper, maybe in your phone, or maybe you say it out loud. Whatever you choose, make it simple and realistic so you can follow it every day. And don't worry about being perfect. Just take the first step, and the rest will follow.
And before we say goodbye, we want to remind you, if you enjoyed this episode, if you learned something new today, if this podcast helped you in any way, please take just a few seconds to like this episode, leave a kind comment below, hit the subscribe button, and share it with someone you care about. These small actions help our channel grow and reach more English learners like you all around the world. When you subscribe and stay connected, you become a part of the English Globe family, and we will continue to bring you useful, simple, and motivational English content every single week.
And most importantly, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spending this time with us today. We know that your time is valuable, and we are so honored that you chose to spend it here learning, practicing, and growing with us. You are not just a listener, you are a learner, a dreamer, and someone who is working hard to become a better version of yourself. And we respect you for that. Keep going. Keep showing up. We're here to support you every step of the way.
And just before we finish, we want to give you a little preview of our next episode. So if you enjoyed today's topic about habits and success, you'll love what's coming next week. In our upcoming episode, we're going to talk about how to think in English and speak fluently, a topic that so many of you have asked about. We'll be sharing easy tips, fun examples, and lots of speaking practice to help you train your brain to stop translating and start thinking naturally in English. You don't want to miss it.
So be sure to join us next time. And until then, remember, wake up, take action, build habits, and win your day. This is the English Globe, and we're so proud of you. See you in the next episode, and as always, keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English every day. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye and take care. You are doing amazing.